The Sweet Spot Made Easy. Let's start with the title of my latest book, The Sweet Spot on the Obvious, All Revealing Yet Hiding in Plain View. Q. What sweet spot? The sweet spot of what? A. The sweet spot of everything from the beginning of time. Q. What is the sweet spot about? A. Of the world, of course, of the universe, of creation. Q. And where can we know about this sweet spot? A. Well, it must be at the very beginning to cover everything and leave nothing out. Q. And how do we go to the very beginning of creation? A. For this, we must rely on the reception of the tradition from the remote origin to the recent past. Aristotle proved the impossibility of returning to the first cause, all the while Moses proved the certainty of originating from the one cause. Q. Okay, it's about the sweet spot of the world, but where, when, and what is it? A. Our claim is that this sweet spot is, quote, the creator of the creative creature of creation, unquote. Q. And how do you arrive at that? A. By working backwards. The Big Bang of the universe's creation. Creation entails a creator, and together, creator of creation requires a creative creature narrator. Q. And what would you use to explain it so nobody misses it? A. There is only one way to explain it, using primeval Kabbalah, that is, by returning to the very beginning and before at Genesis 1:1a/Aleph. That is, this is composed by three parts, namely, by the first word of Genesis 1:1a, standing for creation, and by the first letter of Hebrew Aleph, standing for the creator, and with a slash serving both to join as well as to keep separate creation from the creator. Putting it together, we arrive at the creator of the creative creature of creation at Genesis 1:1/Aleph. Q. Now, standing on one foot, what is the takeaway of all this sweet spot business? A. In one breath, the takeaway of the sweet spot is, on the one hand, firing dualism of chaos, conflict, and crisis, and on the other hand, it's about the hiring paradisism of peace. Q. One last question. How would the paradise era further peace? A. If you want to get in the business of orbiting satellites in space, you need to start by studying rocket science. You're referring to the paradise applications to solve real life situations. Q. Yes. And which are these practical paradise apps? This is what makes or breaks the argument of this sweet spot. A. You're right. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. However, I can teach it, but I cannot learn it for you. You must first unlearn much of what you've been taught at home and at school. It will help reading my latest book, The Sweet Spot on the Obvious, All Revealing Yet Hiding in Plain View, at Amazon, in English and Spanish, digital for 99 cents dollar, 89 cents euro. Yours truly, Ricardo.